Hey, I'm Morris Van Weensberg.
And Michael Van Winsberg.
We're a family farm in southern Manitoba. We farm about 5,000 acres. We grow wheat, canola, yellow peas, black beans, and soybeans. We've been in this area since 1977, and we've enjoyed farming. We have a family. I farm with my mother and father and my son Michael, and he's got a young family, so hopefully we have generations to come. So the door on the shed is 50 feet wide by 20 feet high. It's a translucent door. We chose a translucent door just to have natural light in the building. We don't have lights in the building. It's just a cold storage building primarily. It's used for housing equipment, to keep the equipment out of the elements. And we also use it to put black beans in harvest time and grains if necessary.
The equipment over the years has just been getting bigger and bigger, and we've changed our farming practices, so the amount of equipment we've had is increasing. So before we were just having to pack everything really tight, and it was just becoming very inefficient to store equipment, so we figured we would build this new shed big enough so that we were good for many years. And now it's very easy to put our equipment away, and we have no issues. We don't have to put things tight anymore. It's nice. Some of the equipment that gets neglected, but we would, the bottom of the barrel would stay outside. Now we can keep it inside and save bearings and tires and paint. So it's nice to store what we want inside now.
It's allowed us to have an empty workshop. Otherwise, we were using our workshop as machinery storage, and that's not what we wanted. We wanted a workshop that was empty, so that if we want to build something or repair something, we didn't have to take equipment out and leave it outside. So now our workshop is basically empty, and it's ready to use whenever we want it. Well, we didn't want wood, so we never explored that option whatsoever. Our first shed, we do have a wooden shed. It's at another farm. It's in another place of the farm. My father built that in, I believe, 1990, and it's just not solid. You can hear when it's high winds, you can hear creaking, and you have to worry about snow load and things like this. And in 1997, we built our first steel shed, and the building behind us is our fourth steel shed. So when we came to make the decision to purchase this shed, we knew we wanted steel. So in the decision-making process, we got some quotes and some information from other companies. And in the end, we just felt Northern Steel was the company that we wanted to go with. Most farmers prefer wooden buildings, and I would like to tell them, we're in it for the long haul farming. It's for generations to come, and the steel building is more initially, but in the end, it's probably going to be worth it to go steel. They're easy to build. Like, I think if you're a family farm and you have, some young help, and we didn't do the concrete. We got someone to do the concrete, but we did save quite a bit of money building it ourselves. And it's not as hard as it would appear.
Look, we did it in summer between spraying and all the other work that goes, normal work on a farm. We were able to build a building, and it went up very quick. Like, the shell itself, the metal structure is quick. Once you get started bolting it on, once you start and work your way out, it goes fast. And then the tin, same thing. Once you start and get it figured out, it all goes very quick. Probably the shell,
3 weeks.
3 weeks in between spraying and everything.
And that was with just 3 guys, me on the telehandler and Michael and our hired guy, Ernst, putting up the framing. And then when we had the tin, we had four guys plus me on the telehandler.
As long as you can follow the blueprints and
Instructions are very good. Like they tell
Yeah,
you
it's-
what to do, how to plumb it.
They
how
tell
to
you
do
all
it.
the bolts where everything goes and this length of screw for there, and it's easy to once you get started.
It's been a great experience working with Rick and Nico. We had the building was all the parts were there. We had no problems. The only
Everything came on time. Like
everything came on
we had
time.
lots of warning when everything was showing up.
The only problem we had eave troughs, and the color was wrong in eave troughs. Nico and Rick fixed that problem right away. They got us eave troughs, and everything other than that small minor problem, everything went really well. So if we build a building again in the future, we'll definitely go to Rick and Nico and get another building.